All right, in this video, I will show you how to create the main loops for the unicorn Lovey blanket. I've already created the 15 single crochet foundation chain right here. This long tail is for sewing it to the head later. It will probably curve like this, which is just fine because that'll sit nicely on the unicorn's head when we're all done. And you are going to be working in the back here. So it would be, if you were to chain one and work back across your foundation chain, it would be those loops that you're working into right here. And we're going to work into the front loops only. So here's the 2 loops. We'll be working into the front loops only. I have 4 strands of hair for my color. These are all either, most of these are Yarn Bees Adorable yarn, and this is Retro Velvet. I think they work nicely together. They're both bulky 5 chenille types of yarn. So just pick and choose, have fun with it. Once it's all together, it looks really cool no matter what colors you choose. So have them all together like this. The ends over here and my working yarn is that way. And you'll put them on your hook. I have a 6mm hook. Pull through that first front loop like that, and make sure you're holding the right ends of your yarn. Get those out of the way, and now you'll chain 1 just to secure that join down. And the four strands is pushing it for the 6mm hook. If you want to switch it to the 7mm hook or a 6.5, that will work just fine if you're struggling to hold it all on your hook. Okay, so to do the loop stitch, you'll go into the next front loop. So again, I like to, with this plush yarn that's hard to see where your loops are, I like to go into both of them because it's easy for me to feel those, and then I just slip off of the back loop so I know I'm in the front loop only. So you insert your hook, and then with this finger, I pull my strands far before I yarn over like this. And then keep the tension with this, your right index finger, to pull that through your front loop, and then yarn over again. This is where you kind of have to, you know, use your brain and coordination to keep everything tight where it needs to be tight, but not too tight not to pull it through. And you wiggle it through each, working yarn. I dropped the yellow, so just go back and get that and pull it through both. Okay, so this loop back here is what's going to create the main as we go. Now we'll do that again. So I like to find, oops, sorry, I got out of frame a little bit. I like to find both loops, drop it, drop the back one so you're on the front loop only. Get you some slack on your working yarn a little bit, that'll help. And now with your index finger on your hook, I pull, and that'll also help you kind of, you know, your loops will be almost the same size because your index finger only goes so far, and that's how long it'll be. Pull it through that front loop, yarn over, get good tension here, and kind of wiggle it through all those. Okay, so just keep going with that. I'll do one more with you, and I'll do the rest off camera to get there faster. Insert my hook. I'm in both loops now. Drop that back loop so I know I'm just in the front loop. Pull this with your index finger. Pull it out of your front loop. Yarn over again. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle to get through both of those. Okay, so you will have some bulk on the working side that's facing you. That's okay, it'll look cool in the end with all the bulk of your loops here, like that. And keep doing that until you get to your 15th front loop only down here. And I will meet you back. Okay, I've made it all the way down my front loops. It's looking like this. And if you notice these stitches seem like loose, just pull on your loops. That's a good thing about this style of mane is, you know, the more the loops are played with by whoever this lovely item is for, that just tightens down these stitches. So if you like were a little bit uneven in your tension and you need to tighten down on some of the parts, just pull gently on your loops. You might need to do like one color in particular if you notice the yellow is a little bit bulky or something, and just kind of play with it and it'll make all these tighter. Okay, so now we're ready to work on the other side. So I have one more. This is my 15th stitch right here, so I'll find the front loop only. Come here, you little booger. This last one can be a little hidden because it's down here by the knot. It doesn't want to be messed with. Okay, so loop it around your finger, grab all 4 strands. There. Okay, so we made it all the way down. Now you just chain 1. Oop, my working yarn's creeping up on me over here. Oh, come on. 4 strands of yarn is a lot, but it's worth it. It'll look amazing. Okay, chained 1. Now turn your work this way so that you can work on the back loops now. Of course, it'll look like the front loops from where we are, but it was the back loops from what we started. So there's the first one. They'll be a little bit tight just because you did put so many strands into each one, but I promise they're there. If you need to, you know, dig them up, that's the next one to go into with a needle. That keep this handy if you feel like you can't find it with your 6 or 7 millimeter hook, whichever one you're using. Okay, so I went in, pull up that loop, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through both of the loops on your hook. And you just continue that down the back loops. I'll do a few more with you. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. I'll do one more with you and then I will do the rest off camera to show you what it looks like at the end. Okay, I will meet you back once I work down what was the back loops. Now it looks like the front loops along our white foundation chain. Okay, I've worked my way down. Now I'm going to have 2 loops left that I will work with you. Oh, I just pulled it up. Then it disappeared into the fray. Okay, there's one. The last one hidden here. Okay, I just pull that up so I don't lose it, but it does look a lot like everything you just made, so keep a pin in that or your finger or something. So this is what it's looking like, and see spots like this, that just means my blue strand over there got a little loose, the light blue. So I just start tugging around until it lays down, but that's actually on the bottom, so it doesn't matter that much. It'll eventually get pulled flat with, you know, being played with and everything. There we go. Okay, so this is what it should be looking like. Kind of crazy, but that's the part I love about this mane. This is the base or the bottom of it. So this is what will be sewn to the unicorn's head. And this is what you will see, this amazing rug of hair. So I cut this long enough to just hide. So this long strand of white, this is what I'll use to sew to the head. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, phone ring. Okay, so as I was saying, I just cut the colorful yarn and knot it and weave it in all in here. You can get it close to this white foundation chain because that's all going to be onto the head. So it's okay if it looks knotty right here. You won't see it anyways. Then whenever you go to sew it to the head, you use this white strand, and I like to just weave in and out of these stitches with the stitches on the head on both sides. So I go down, weave in and out, sew this side, go around, sew this side to the head so that it's super, super secure, and then whoever this lovely creation is for can just play with this forever because it's just so fun. Ooh, this would be a cute scrunchie. I just thought of that. Don't take my idea. Anyways, and that's it. Hope that helped.